Hello, everyone. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we're going to practice our English speaking skills by talking about the boss. Hopefully, your boss isn't listening. uh, okay. I'm interested to have a conversation with you, maybe about how people talk about the boss when he's not in the room. We can start by talking about how, in your culture, in your society, that you would normally talk to the boss. And then I want to hear about what gets said behind his back when he's not in the room. Um, okay. Uh, just remember that perhaps your boss may be watching. Hopefully not. Okay, welcome to the class. Hello, Maxim. Oh, long time no see. Hi, Maxim.
Hello, teacher. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I feel great, thank you.
Well, that's great. That's good. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Hello again, Nader. You're making a
Hello,
day of
hi.
it. A day of it here at Verbling. Okay. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice
Uh,
to see you.
okay. We're going to talk about bosses and having bosses. All right. And for example, let's first talk about talking to the boss. As an American who now lives in the Philippines, I've had to make an adjustment. Here's what I mean. In the United States, you have a boss, and basically the first time you're introduced to him, you shake his hand, and you would call him Mr. Smith. 98 times out of 100, he will probably tell you, please just call me Tom, for example. From that point on, you address him by his first name. You should be given permission to use his first name. Uh, you may or may not use the honorific sir. Possibly not. In some types of jobs, for example, for many years I was a chef, and then I managed restaurants. Now, interestingly enough, when I managed the restaurants, when I became a general manager, everyone just called me Oakley. But when I was the chef, which is actually a position under the general manager, everyone addressed me as chef. Sometimes that's, in some specific cases, that's some specific types of careers. You are addressed by the name of your job as a form of honorific. An honorific is like Sir or Dr. Smith. That would be an honorific. But for the most part, really, in in American society, we call our boss by his first name, and that's just normal day-to-day life. However, I moved to the Philippines some years ago, and it was very strange because the boss or management is addressed. I was constantly, suddenly being addressed as Sir Oakley, which was very strange and actually a little uncomfortable for me. I really don't care for it, and I would often ask people to not do that. Just call me Oakley, please. I'm not comfortable being called Sir Oakley. I am not a British knight. No time did the Queen take a sword and put it on my shoulder. This has never happened to me, so I don't need to be called Sir Oakley, which is very strange because in English-speaking countries we would never do this. Mr. Moody, perhaps, would be enough. But even that, I don't even need that. Welcome to the class, Bruce. Hello. Hi, Bruce.
Hello,
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you. Welcome to the class. Hello, Ishmael. Good to see you again.
Hello, Oakley. Nice to
Hello.
see you again too.
Always. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with Maxim. First, talking to the boss. How do you address the boss in your country?
Actually,
First of all, where are you from, Maxim?
I'm from Russia, and in
Yeah,
my country, this talking about people always use patronic. It is a
Patronic.
name.
Okay.
Yes, it's name of father.
Okay.
So it's
Uh,
like a response. It's like a response to your boss, and you have to say his name with patronic.
the patronic, like, okay. Patronics are like Ivanovov or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. I'm sorry if I'm killing it here. No disrespect intended. Uh, oh, okay. That's very interesting. And you would always do that pretty much all the time.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because yes, because with these two words, you respect your boss. You
Hmm.
show your respect, something like this. You know, like you told us about sir, or
Yeah. Sir. Yes.
yeah,
Okay. What about, okay, would that still be true if we were boss was a woman?
yeah, absolutely. And for women, you also have to use patronic
Okay.
in
So
asking.
for everyone. All right. Well, that's pretty clear cut, which is actually that's actually good. It's very clear and obvious. Okay. So it would be hard to make a mistake. Okay. Very good. Because there are some American bosses who don't ask you to call them by their first name. It happens. Okay. You would never, for example, if you also, if you're working with a doctor, you would call him doctor, just doctor, or maybe Dr. Smith. Or obviously, if you're working in the White House, you wouldn't say, "Yo, Barack, what's going on?" You would have to address him as Mr. President, not even Mr. Obama. Uh, okay, Nader, how about
Saudi
in
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia? Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, they have a unique habit here. They like to be called by the father of so and so. If you have a son whose name
Uh-huh.
is Smith, you have to call him your father of Smith. They like this.
Oh, that's very interesting. It's kind of
So
the
it
opposite of Russia.
uh,
Okay.
uh, if even if he doesn't have a son, you ask him, you are a father of whom? Even if he has no sons, he says like a father of, or what he's going to name his son. The father of, John.
Really?
Because his next child would be John. Or he is hoping so.
Okay. Wow, that is interesting. That is something I did not know.
But
Thanks.
but,
That's cool.
but if you have no idea, and you know the name, you say like Mr. So and so.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, so that would be one of the first pieces of information exchanged when you get to know someone, most likely.
You would ask.
You would ask. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Ah, that's really interesting. Wow. Okay. I never knew that before. Ali, is it similar in Egypt, or is it totally different? How would you address your boss?
Yes, sometimes it's called by his or her name,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes is called by title, like Mr. Kaza, Mrs. Kaza,
Okay.
engineer. Yes, like something like that.
Okay. Does
But
anybody do you ever call your boss boss? Yes, boss. I'll do it right away. Just the
no,
word boss? No, never
If
heard.
you are very close with the boss, you can say in Turkey, Berkeley, boss.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of the same in America for Americans. Okay, boss. Whatever you say, boss. Or chief, even sometimes. Which may seem, I don't know, may seem rude, but not. It isn't really.
It
It
depends
depends.
on the
Yeah,
on the environment.
yeah, it does. It's same in America. Okay, very, very similar kind of deal. Uh, okay. Welcome to the class, Ahmad. Hello, how are you? Hi, Ahmad. Uh,
Hello,
hello.
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 Alright, teacher.
Hello. That was a little odd. Okay, I'm doing well. I'm hearing some.
Good, good,
I'm
good.
not sure. I'm hearing some weird sounds. I don't know what it is. I don't know who it's coming from either. Sounds very strange. Like I don't know, aliens or something. Space aliens. I'm not sure who it's coming from, but you might want to mute your mics when you're not speaking. Some weird sound here. Uh, okay. Well, all right. We've had a few other join the class, so let me just say hi to Giuseppe. Hi, Giuseppe. Hello.
Yes, teacher. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, fine, thank you.
Okay, nice to have you aboard. Uh, Mikhail, hello. Welcome to the class.
Hello, teacher. Good
Ah,
morning.
hi. Good morning. Good evening. I don't know. It's morning. It's
Good
morning where you
morning.
are.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, here, good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon. Okay, very good. All right. I'm on the edge of evening for me. Uh, okay. Um, we're talking about the boss, and right now we're talking about how we address the boss in different cultures. Bruce. Uh, Bruce, where are you from
Um,
again?
yeah, here it's me. I'm
Hi.
from China.
Yeah.
It's near Shenzhen. Have you ever heard of Shenzhen? Is it the city where I live?
Shenzhen.
And it's
Okay.
quite near Hong Kong. Just
Ah,
a few
okay.
minutes by subway station. By subway, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. All right. I've been to Hong Kong. Great city. Okay. How do you address your boss?
Okay, depends, because I've worked for many different companies,
Uh-huh.
and some of them we call them by calling their um, the first company, the boss is a Hong Kong people. We call it we call it surname, and then the honorific,
Honorific. Okay.
Liang is his surname, and Sheng in Chinese it means sir,
Okay.
or for male. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the name comes first and then the honorific,
Yes,
which is
exactly.
quite different. Okay. Because in English and Western countries it would be Doctor Lung or Ling or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what? Actually, the name of Chinese people, the surname is the first one.
Oh yeah,
Surname,
always just normally, right?
and the address is also the opposite. The smallest part of the address, and then the biggest, and then the
Oh
country.
really?
Yeah, just the opposite of yours.
Oh okay. Well that's interesting. Huh. Oh okay. I didn't know that either. I'm learning a lot in this class. Okay. Very very interesting. Are people ever informal with their boss?
Yeah, the first company is quite formal, but then I changed on other companies. We just call them by their nickname. You know, like ah, maybe his name is his real name is second name is like Zhi, and then we add before Zhi, so you can say Zhi.
Okay. I would be so confused. Okay. I get it. Okay, it's very, very interesting. Is there any difference between genders, men or female, men or women, or it's the same idea for both? Just probably different word,
Um,
different honorific.
Generally speaking, well, there's so many different ways to call them. If boss, I think not. I don't have a female boss ever.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but maybe we can call them. Okay, we can call them by just call them by their their title, like manager or.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Not many female bosses, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Hmm. Okay, fair enough. So, Ismail, you hesitate to work with a female boss, is that right?
Yes, yes, Oakley. I
Uh-huh.
personally want to work with a male boss
Okay.
because
Why is that? Yeah.
I don't know exactly. Sometimes female give a different behavior.
Yeah.
It is unclear for me to solve female behavior. Actually, I don't understand.
Okay.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I am waiting from a male boss. How can I say? I can.
I don't know.
I can know in a situation how a male boss behave and give some
Okay.
feedback to me, but I cannot.
Anticipate, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Anticipate how a female boss may react. Well, to some degree, that's true. Okay. Um, yeah, I kind of know what you mean, and I'm afraid I'm going to get myself in trouble. But frankly, I don't really want to have a female boss because, and I'll tell you why, because they tend to be overachievers. They want to prove something to the males in the company, so they want to do better, more numbers, more money, more, and they tend to push really hard.
They have no limit.
Yeah, and
Generally, but generalization is not always true, but I see the same way, luckily, like
okay.
you.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to get in trouble with the ladies, but really, to be brutal, they can be slave drivers, which is a bad name for a boss. But they can be. On the other hand, if I could turn that around just a little bit, I have worked in companies where the owner is the boss and they answer to no one. They have nothing to prove to anyone. They're the ones with the money. They own the company. In that case, they're great. They're much more generous with things like bonuses, time off when you have a baby, these types of things. They're very understanding. You're sick, you can't work for whatever reason. They're better than men, I would say. I would have to say. But when you're dealing with a manager who's trying to prove something to someone over them, wow, it's a different story. I don't know. That's just my personal experience. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Giuseppe, are you there?
Yes.
You
I'm
are.
there.
Okay.
Yes.
Giuseppe, where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
From Italy. All right.
Yes.
Giuseppe, have you ever had a female boss?
No, in this moment.
Not yet? Okay. Giuseppe, in Italy, how do you address your boss? And how do you speak to him? As Mr. Donardo, or just as their first name, or
The first name is bad.
first name is bad? Okay.
Yes, informal
Uh-huh.
mode.
Okay. So you should use the surname with the honorific Mr. or Mrs. like that.
Yes, depend when you write the email for a specific notification for many cases instead.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So would you ever call? Are you saying that you might call them by the job title?
Mm,
Or that-
sorry, teacher.
Well, job title like manager.
Ah, okay, manager. See, yes,
Okay.
I know the title of yes, manager. Yes.
Right. That's a job title. Engineer, manager.
Yes,
Okay.
I can use this.
Ah, okay. I see. Okay. Very good. Okay. This is very educational. Thank you, Giuseppe. I have more questions for you in a minute. Ahmad. Let me ask Ahmad. Ahmad, how do you talk to your boss? Or are you the boss?
Well, it depends on the boss.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, some bosses like to be addressed by their name. Some of them they might. It depends on the boss, and it depends on their ages as well.
Okay, on their
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah. If there is a big difference between me and my boss, I might address him by, because we have something in Saudi Arabia. They say that you are my boss, teacher Oakley. You has a son called I don't know, Michael, probably.
All right.
So I might address you like father of Michael, like this.
Right. Okay. Nader was exploding that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Explaining that. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Now, Ahmed, in your culture in Saudi Arabia, when the boss is away, okay, we have an expression in English, when the cat's away. Okay. When the cat's away, the mice will play. Which you might be able to guess what that means. When the cat's
Yes,
away.
we have something similar as well.
Okay. Yeah, people tend to not work as hard when the boss is away. But also, how do people talk about the boss when he's not there?
Well,
are they respectful? Are they kind of rude, or does it totally depend on the situation?
Yeah, it totally depends. It
Yeah.
totally depends. Yeah,
Okay.
it depends on the person, not on the boss. I mean, all the time. It depends on the person himself. Some people they are like they don't see. They just see the dark side, probably. So they complain, and some, on the contrary, they are so sunny.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they look at the bright thing. So I think, to be fair, I prefer, if I want to talk about my boss or something like that, I might imply to the boss himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. How brave of you. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Let me ask Maxim. Maxim, how about in Russia? Do people, are they respectful of the boss when he's not around, or do they tend to talk smack? Here's an expression for you all. It's very informal, very American. If you talk smack about somebody or someone, you're probably being derogatory, saying bad things about them.
Actually, attitude to the boss depends not only on country.
Yeah.
Our classmates talk about situation when we have different companies and different type of employers, and it depends on personality, it depends on workers. But in my company, we called boss with nickname. We created funny nickname. It's just like, you know, for joke, but we have attitude with respect to our boss, because we work together and we need to have a good salary and something like this. And but when he go away from our cabinet, we call him with nickname, a tiger.
Tiger. Oh,
Tiger.
That doesn't sound bad at all. That sounds good. That sounds like a nice nickname.
Yes, but if in case if he will listen his nickname, maybe it will not good for us, you know.
Okay, so you don't call them that name to his face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, to his face, meaning directly, when you speak directly to someone, you say it to his face. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, that's funny, because in American culture, it's very common to give the boss a nickname, actually. And depending on if you like your boss or not, the nickname, maybe you would say it to their face if it's not bad, but, you know, neutral, or maybe even a flattering nickname. It's possible. Or maybe it's derogatory, you know, in which case you don't say it to their face.
For example, which nickname can be used in this case?
Well, all I can think of is bad ones right now. Well, okay. Examples of nicknames. Okay, I had a boss here in the Philippines, and he was very high-strung, very tense, always nervous. And his name was Francis. Okay, so we nicknamed him Frantic because that's how he conducted himself. He was always like on the edge of having a mental breakdown. He acted frantic, like desperate. So yeah, it was basically a kind. That's right, Tefa. Basically a kind of wordplay, which was, you know, appropriate. Kind of a pun. You know, another boss I had here for a short time, it was very funny because he refused to learn any. He was an American, but he was a jerk. He was such a jerk. And the Filipinos all made him believe that his nickname was flattering. It meant like stud guy, like macho, like tough guy. But they called him baboy, which actually means pig. So they called them that to his face, but he never did catch on that they were actually being very. It was funny, you know. You kind of laugh every time somebody said, "Yes, baboy, I'll get that report for you right away, baboy." I worked for a guy who we liked very much, and he was kind of chubby guy, and we called him Doughboy. But we called him that to his face. It was just sort of a nickname, and I don't know. It wasn't. It's not particularly flattering as a nickname, but on the other hand, it was okay to call him that. And so it depends, as you say. It totally depends. Mikhail, have you ever had a nickname for a boss?
Normally in Spain, it depend the company. A big company, no, normally no. In a little company, yes, it's normal. Yes, in my case, I freelance in this moment. By my experience, I had the boss female is, is more exigent than the man, the man.
Is more what?
More exigent in your job is more exigent. My experience. The female are more exigent. The woman, when it's a boss, is more exigent than the man.
Is more? I don't know what you're saying. It sounds like you're saying more oxygen.
Yeah, exigent. I was
Exigent.
exigent.
Accidents?
Accident.
No.
Can you write it?
Exigent. More hard, more
okay.
for the job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What
Okay.
is it?
More
Okay.
difficult. Okay. I'm not sure what word you're using. Can you write that, Mikhail? Exigent, exhausting?
What more? No. One moment.
Okay.
More demanding for the job. For the job.
Okay.
Demanding.
All right. Well, there you go. That makes sense. Okay. More demanding. Yeah. That's kind of what I was saying as well. They definitely, I've noticed that as well. Okay. I was checking the other chat box. I noticed Giuseppe was doing some writing. Okay. So let me make something clear, the English. Okay, you say something to someone's face, to his face, or to her face. I said it right to her face. Okay, it means
Sorry,
openly,
teacher.
directly. Not a problem. Not a problem. I would just
It's
want to
good?
correct. I just want to correct some English. If you don't say the opposite of saying it to someone's face, is you say it behind their back. All right. So what you say, you don't say directly to, but when they're not in the room, you say behind.
Yes, I know.
Right, behind.
I followed you.
Okay, behind somebody's back. Okay, like that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Nader, have you ever had a nickname for a boss?
For a boss? No.
Yeah. Never.
You know, you said when the cat is away, the mice play, but the cat may has little kittens.
That's good, Nader. Very good. Right. I totally understand. Right. That's funny. Good one. Okay. Right. The boss may have spies. Yes, indeed. They might. Definitely true. Yeah, I have actually seen that before, right? That has actually happened. I can't believe people do
everywhere.
that. They do. It is everywhere. It's scary. Okay. Right. Okay. You have a good point, but all right. Do people talk about the boss or people in authority at all, Nader, when you're at home with best friends?
Some people. Sure, some people don't love the boss, you know, so they are talking badly behind his back. When they are in front of him, they treat him like a god.
Okay. How about leaders, like government leaders?
Government leaders, it depends. Here it is very sensitive issue.
Yes,
but,
right.
But I used to live in Egypt. In Egypt, no problem.
No problem. Whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want to say, no problem.
Okay. Is that still the case? That's before, but now I'm not so sure. Ali?
No, I'm not so sure. Well.
I'm not so sure either. Maybe Ali can help us with this one. Ali, are you there? Ali?
Yeah, I'm here. What?
Yeah. We have important questions for you. Okay, do people talk about the boss when he's not around? And more importantly, is it okay to talk about political leaders, government people? Is it okay to say things about them?
Yes, it's okay. Yes,
Is it normal? Yeah.
Yes, very normal. Yeah. But the problem is not talking about the political people or because nothing happened. The is talking actually is not you have to do because talking is very nothing. It's nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
You're talking. So what? And so what?
I have a question for you, Ali. If you have a problem with your boss, can you? Is it okay to go talk to him about it? Him, or her, whatever. Is it okay to address your boss with a problem you have at work directly?
Yeah, some places in Egypt, I think that some problem because you cannot. The problem here, the manager is become more experienced than you, so he has no the correct answer and he knows always the correct. So these people, when communicate with these people, they become issue because you have if we are talking when you are talking to him, you become I don't know, but it's like ego. It's like ego.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Ego. Okay.
Yeah, it's becoming ego. But other people, they realize that nobody is a perfect, and he has default in each personality. So we become to enhance our personality. That's cool.
Okay. So talking to a boss about a problem at work or about making improvements to process or to something at work, it depends on the boss. Is that pretty
Yeah, it
much
depends on the boss because
what you're saying? Yeah,
some
okay.
bosses are become ego, so they not have to advise him.
Okay.
Actually, advising him is becoming a bad thing.
It's becoming a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand. It's now becoming a bad thing, but it wasn't before?
No. It depends on also on the person because it's
Okay.
becoming bad when the boss are ego.
Okay.
Is ego.
His ego. Ego. Okay, ego.
Ego.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Ishmael, where'd you go? I saw you had your boss with you there.
Yes, Oakley.
I saw your boss was with you.
No, my son, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought so, but he's the boss.
Yes, he is the boss at home. And
At
at
home.
work, I have a light-hearted boss, Oakley.
Uh-huh.
I can tell him anything. It is not problem. Without hesitation. It is very good for me, Oakley, actually.
Uh-huh.
But there are some co-workers who are using my boss in a bad way. They are
Okay.
wanting holiday and they are going to my boss. They are saying we are ill. We want to give a day off, and
Mm-hmm.
he
Okay.
always give them a day off.
Right. Okay, so other coworkers are taking advantage of him.
Yes.
We could say that's how we say that. Instead of using in a false way, they're taking advantage of him. So
Yeah.
they're taking
Behaving
advantage.
unprofessionally.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and just to be clear, if you say he's lighthearted, lighthearted usually means
they
Okay, happy. He's lighthearted. He's very happy, and he laughs a lot and is cheerful.
uh,
I think maybe closer to what you're trying to say, you might use
probably,
the.
I mean, my boss is a yes man.
Well,
He,
okay.
he doesn't say to anyone no.
Okay. Well,
He's,
that's
he
something
is a
else.
very friendly man, actually, but
Uh-huh.
some employees are taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
I don't know how can I say that
Yeah, okay.
about.
I typed in easygoing, but I'm not sure if that's right now. After you hearing describe, I'm not sure that's correct either. Easygoing means somebody who doesn't get upset about anything. They're very relaxed. They're not tense.
Yes,
Okay.
he is easygoing. Okay,
Right. But that,
actually.
okay, easygoing, okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean somebody who always says yes. How would I say that in English? Well, maybe just he's easy. Okay. Somebody who always says yes, actually, we might say they're easy. He's very easy. Lenient. Lenient is good. Thank you. That's better. That's closer, maybe. Thanks. Yeah, he's very lenient. Good. That's
Lenient, yes.
very good. Okay. All right. Okay.
But it is not good for a workplace.
Yeah, I understand that. That can get out of control.
Yes, because there are some workers who are thinking unprofessionally, and the others have to do instead of the other worker job.
Yeah, so
Because
some people have to carry the load for the lazy ones. Right. Yeah, I understand that very, very well. Yeah, I've been a boss many times. You can only be as lenient as your staff lets you be. If they're naturally hard workers and they're trying to get the job done, you can be very lenient. But if they are constantly trying to get out of work, then you can't be lenient at all. So, you know what I mean? You got to be flexible.
Should be a balance, maybe.
A balance, yeah. That's right. That's it. Okay, Giuseppe. Okay,
Yes.
Giuseppe, if you have to go to your boss with a problem, or maybe you can think of a way to improve the company, is that okay? Can you approach your boss?
I described the approach with my owner in when him find one solution, one problem. Yes.
Okay.
What is the approach?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Okay, I find what is the specific problem and find the target solution. I use the auxiliary object technology for reach the target for solve your problem.
Right.
I can use the PC, personal computer. I find the research on the Google and founded the solution.
Okay. Now.
Okay.
All right. You find a solution. So I agree with you. If there's a problem, it's really not, in my opinion, it's not a good idea to just complain. If you find a problem, then figure out a solution, then talk to the boss. Okay, I'm with you so far, Giuseppe. Now, does your boss have, in English, we have a phrase, open door policy. which means, at least in theory, it means if your company has an open door policy or your boss has an open door policy, that means he will take a few minutes, 10 minutes, to talk to you about anything, anytime you want to. Okay? As long as he
Yes.
has the time, it's okay to approach him. You can sit down and talk face to face at any time. Yes? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's great. Okay. We call that an open door policy in English parlance, in English speaking. Okay, so once you have a solution, it's no problem to go sit down with him and talk about it. Is that right?
Sorry, teacher.
So I'm just confirming. Oh, okay. All right. So it's okay to talk to him when you, as long as you have a solution to the problem. It's perfectly okay. Yeah? That's good.
Okay. I don't understand what you did do for the long solution. I don't understand.
Okay, no. I'm just confirming information. I'm just saying, is that right? Which is very common in English. We'll talk, and then we'll say, okay, you just said this. Is that right? You don't need to say anything. Just, yes, that's right. That's it.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Just
Next
confirming
time.
what you said. That's all.
Go to next one, teacher.
Go to the next one. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Thank you, Giuseppe. Ahmad.
No problem. Thank you, and
Thank you. All right. Ahmad. Okay.
Yes.
How about in your workplace? Is it okay to approach the boss with issues or problems that have to do with the company? Would it be okay to make a suggestion about changing some process in the company?
Yeah, it is okay. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not a problem.
He encourages us to do that, especially let's say once a week. Like he has time for meeting. So if someone has something, to put on the table.
Okay.
It's fine.
Very good. Okay. So, all right. So you have a regular weekly meeting in which these types of things can be brought up. That's
yes.
Good. Very good. Okay, that's excellent. All right. I wish there was somebody from China with us, or Korea, or Japan with us. Because I can tell you that most of you are agreeing it's okay to approach the boss. I will tell you in some places it is not. In China or Korea, for example, not a good idea. And in fact, you may not be allowed to talk to the boss. If you're 2 levels down, forget talking to that person 2 levels up from you. You're not even allowed to speak to them. Never mind open door policy or talking about a problem. Maybe you have a problem with your boss, your direct manager, so you want to talk to her boss about that problem. Forget it. In Korea or China, you're out of luck. You can't. Okay, this is kind of skipping a level in the hierarchy, and generally that's considered bad form. That's bad to do in business, unless of course your problem or issue is with your manager. In which case, what choice do you have, really? Okay, Mikhail.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, have you ever had to talk to your boss about some kind of problem?
Yes, I suppose the first is the structure of the company. A big company is different a little company, obviously. Depends the structure. I always work a little company, and you have a contact directly with the face to face with the owner or the boss.
Okay, so you see them every day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, see, but in my case, for example, the owner is no working into the company is a politic man is only 1 or 2 times a year to a meeting, to a, to align with him to explain and propose solution and new projects or and other things, a little thing to study the number of the company, is good or bad. It's normal little company.
Right. Okay.
Different. The structure is different.
Right. Okay. That's a very good point. It works very differently in very large companies or very big companies. A very small company, you only have one boss. So there's not
Yeah.
a hierarchy. In English, we can use the word hierarchy. The business place hierarchy. Okay, normally you talk to your boss, they talk to their boss. That problem needs to continue up. It goes up, but you have to go up the ladder and follow the steps. Yeah. But the problem is if you've had a problem with your own boss, with your direct supervisor. Maxim, have you ever had a problem with your direct supervisor at work?
Actually, no, I hadn't, and I always had a lot of opportunities to talk with my director. Moreover, director is owner of a company, and any question which I have to ask him, I asked without any problems. I received a response, and I hadn't such problems in relationships. But you know, I know a lot of example when people can to talk with director and employer, first of all, because this person could be very busy in their work, and they even couldn't understand the picture with workers. I mean, it's all depends on question and all depends on situation. If I can't solve problem with manager, I have to talk with director, and I have to continue this work for solve it, because it's disturbed me to work or something like this.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you have a manager above you and then a director above them, but that's as high as it goes. Do you work in a small company or? Maxim?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And interesting story, because company has been created by father and son. You know, and father it is an owner of company, and his son it is. I can say that he also is owner, but I received, you know, different. Asking from two different peoples, and I have to perform absolutely both of them.
Okay, all right. You could have requests, differing requests from the two different people. Oh, yeah, Maxim. I once worked for a small company, very small. I was working for a restaurant, and the owner was a man, and his girlfriend, not even his wife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was horrible. I did that was a job that really was weeks, 6 weeks or something, and I had had enough, because they would use the employees to argue through. They would argue with each other by using the employees. All right, so it was ridiculous, Maxim. The man would tell me, okay, you take Wednesday and Thursday off this week, and the woman would tell me, no, I want you to take Monday and Tuesday off. So they would tell me different schedule.
What should you do? Yeah, what should you do in this case? How to make solution? How to find?
Well, it was impossible. It was impossible, and I basically bounced back and forth like a ping pong ball. And well, he said, instead of them talking to each other, they would be fighting. So I would, okay, he says Wednesday, Thursday. You told me Monday, Tuesday. No, okay, how about, then they'd like to compromise. Okay, how about Tuesday, Wednesday? Oh, okay, I'll go back to him. She says Tuesday, Wednesday's okay, but I need to be here on Thursday. It was just stupid. It wasted my time. I didn't
Anyway,
last long.
anyway, it's a very good experience for yourself because
Well,
we are teaching how to speak with two people, two employers at the same time, and
yeah,
perform tasks.
yeah. We have an expression, an English expression. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Okay. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. It's sort of a okay. Do you know what that means? Can you guess what that means?
It's meant that Indians need to have at least 100 of chiefs.
No, no, no. It means there are too many chiefs, not enough. There's too many managers, too many people in charge, and not enough people to do the work. So, yeah. When you have too many people telling you what to do, it gets ridiculous. So you don't know what to do. Okay. Yeah. All right. Nader, have you ever experienced a problem with your direct supervisor?
Sure, many times. I have a problem with my
Okay.
direct manager. But the problem is that he's a GM, general manager. So
Okay.
you have no choice. If he tell you something, you have no choice. You cannot escalate the matter.
Okay.
Either you accept it or you quit.
All right. That's it. That's the only
But
choice you have.
at least you discuss. You discuss. You argue.
Can
But
you
I
do
mean,
that? That's my point. Yeah.
you have to make it very soft. As soft
Okay.
as
I
possible.
see. Okay. In English, you have to be diplomatic,
Diplomatic.
like diplomacy. Okay. Yes. You approach your boss.
As
You must be
diplomatic
careful.
questions, give diplomatic answers.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's also true. Yeah. Good point. But when you're talking to
So
your boss, you should be diplomatic.
you express your point, then you see his face changes, then you say, but we can do so and so.
On the other hand,
On the other hand.
yeah, exactly. Okay, very much so. Okay, sometimes there's nothing you can do. You reach that position and you're at loggerheads with your boss. Oh, here's an interesting English phrase for you all. If you're at loggerheads with someone, strange idiom, it means you can't move. You're stuck. Nothing's moving, so you're not actually getting any work done. You can't get anywhere. You're absolutely stuck, is what it means. Sometimes you just have to move on. It's happened to me before. Actually, I've worked quite a few jobs, and it's usually because my boss, I just can't get around my boss. But on the other hand, I've stayed I have had a couple jobs for a very long time because I had a great boss. Usually that's basically it for me personally. Ishmael, what's the most important thing for you at work? The boss, your coworkers, the pay?
Everything, everything is important for me. Okay.
Sure.
But
okay. That was a diplomatic answer.
I think the boss is a little more important than the other because if I am not going to be good with my boss, it will be a hell on workplace for me.
Yes, it will. Okay. Very good.
I don't want to go to work.
Exactly. You dread work. All right. If you dread, it's something you think about and worry about. Even you wake up in the night and you don't want to go to work. When you reach that point where you dread going to work, yeah, you've got a big problem. Okay. Actually, we're out of time. Thank you, everyone, for joining me and talking with me about bosses. I'm going to go and come right back, and we're going to play a game related to, guess what, work. Kind of, in a way. So bye for now. Maybe see you again in my next class. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye
teacher.
bye.